Good morning, Mr. Myers, man. We appreciate you coming out here this morning to talk to the young people and whoever may be watching this here media day. Just give us a little bit, talk about yourself for a little bit, and then just go ahead and talk about college basketball or basketball in general.
Yeah. Well, good morning. Thanks for having me. I'm Coach Gino Myers-Kyles, and basketball has been at the forefront of my life for as long as I can remember, from being a standout player at Williamson High School to playing Division I basketball at Eastern Illinois University to becoming a college coach, and now being a professional skills trainer. I've always wanted to make a positive impact on the game and push the game forward. I run Gino Skills Training, where I've worked with and developed kids all around the world, and I've had the opportunity to help them reach their highest potential, both on and off the court.
Coach Myers, so now you played college basketball. Can you explain to kids about a little bit about recruiting? I know we're going to talk about the physical aspect of it too, what you're doing now, but about sort of like with the recruiting kids thinking about not looking at JUCOs and stuff of that nature. Just talk a little bit about recruiting.
Yeah, well, recruiting right now is wide open, and way more accessible than when I played basketball, because we have the internet. And when you have the internet, you're able to put your highlights out there on one of the biggest platforms, from Twitter to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. And now, as college coaches, we have access to that game film, and we're able to share it at a higher rate than being able to just go to a gym and stand in there and watch the kid. So the landscape of recruiting has changed tremendously over the last 5-6 years, but it's changed for the better, in my opinion.
Now, talk about, I know in your wheelhouse, the athletic side of it. What got you into training?
Well, my father, my dad. My dad is Pete Myers. He played professional basketball with the Chicago Bulls, and he also coached with the Golden State Warriors and the Chicago Bulls. And watching him during the back end of his career, when he was coaching with the Warriors, one of his main jobs was player development. So I had the privilege of walking into the gym and watching him train guys like Derrick Rose and Steph Curry and Draymond Green. And I was able to watch all of these different trainers work with these professional guys. And I said, that's what I want to do. I want to help these kids. I want to help these kids and these players develop their skills before practice, after practice, just kind of that more one-on-one personal player development side of it. So that's what got me into it. Also, 1995 and 1996, my dad had to replace Michael Jordan the year he retired. I've never seen a human being work so hard to not fill his shoes, but get out there and become the best version of himself. And I remember asking my dad, like, Dad, are you replacing Michael Jordan? He told me, no, I'm going to be the best version of Pete Myers. And that was so special for me as a kid. I was 10 years old. And from that point on, I knew, it's not about being better than someone. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. So my dad was my inspiration in terms of getting into coaching, but the skill development side was watching him train those top players.
And what would you tell, young high school kids why skill development is so important?
Skill development is important because it helps you take your game to levels that you can't get to in terms of being in a team setting, because you get that individualized skill development part. In terms of my basketball philosophy is rooted in confidence, hard work, discipline, and continued development. All right, I believe that in terms of skill development, you have to build skills that you can use in real game situations. So we're not just going to go out there and do a bunch of two-ball drills. We're going to use skills that we can use in a real game situation, and then help those players reach their highest potential based on that, that model.
Okay. And how many years you been in skill development training?
Quick story, I started coaching when I was 21 years old. I was coaching at Spring Hill College underneath Coach Robert Thompson. And I begged him all summer to become a coach just right after I graduated. And he told me, he said, well, I can't pay you, Gino. I can't pay you. And I said, that's fine. And he showed me ways to make money around the game of basketball, but I was still able to go out there and coach and get that experience for free. So I was making money off of the court, but I was able to get the knowledge for free on the court. So I started coaching when I was fresh out of college. I started coaching when I was 21 years old. I took the job at Spring Hill College working for free for about a year and a half. And then the next year, I got my first job at Marion Military Institute. I was working with Coach Thomas. And then from there, I went to Baton Rouge Community College. And then I took a couple years off because my skill development program was growing exponentially. And then I got my first head coaching job back in 2019 at East Central Community College. It was an interim job. I was able to step in for about 4 or 5 months. And then after COVID, I just been real focused on the development part. And my guy, Coach Yielding, and then I seen my guy, Coach Robbie Robertson, over at Coastal doing big and major things. And I said, man, I got to come be a part of that, man. And I was able to get on with their coaching staff, and I'm loving what I'm doing right now, being able to develop the youth and on the grassroots level, but also being able to work on the collegiate side and help the college guys develop, while also recruiting some top tier players on the high school level.
Now, what can a high school graduate that's about to go into college to play college basketball, what can they expect?
Well, before I got up here, I heard you talking about the shot clock. I heard everybody talking about this. That's the first thing that you got to expect. You got to expect the game to be faster. You have to expect the game to be more physical, and you have to expect the energy in the gym to be super intense. But you have to play with this calm spirit about you. So that's a couple things that you have to expect right off the top. The next thing you have to expect is discipline and a detailed schedule of everything you're gonna do from classes all the way up into practice time. I mean, the coaches on the collegiate level, man, all of them are OCD about just everything being on schedule, everything being on time, because you're responsible for so many things and so many kids at one time. So I would talk about the pace of the game, number one, the physicality of the game, and then the discipline and the structure and the order of the school day.
Any advice or any knowledge that you have that you would give a kid, not a senior, but a kid that's actually maybe in their junior or sophomore season of playing high school basketball, any advice you would give those type of kids, and they strive and want to possibly have a goal of going to play at the next level, whether it's JUCO all the way to D1?
I would tell them to trust the process, never rush the process. Become the best version of you. Never look at another kid and compare yourself to that player. Try to build yourself up as a player, become the best version of you. And then from that's your starting point, and that's your foundation to get into the next level.
So that being said, where can people get in contact with you if they want, to be trained by you, or see what your stuff is all about?
You can go to our Facebook page, Gino Skills Training. You can follow me on Instagram at Gino5. Tap into my website, GinoSkillstraining.com. I'm all over social media. Hit me up, I'll find you, and we can get in the gym and get some work in, man.
Now, being that you still with Coastal this year too,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
What are with those guys? Once those kids get there to the college level, like where you guys are, this will be my last question to you.
Yeah.
What can these high schools expect once they're on the squad? They may think, oh man, I'm on the squad. That's it. I'm good.
Oh, now that's where the work begins. And what I see a lot of is kids coming in with their Nike EYBL, their AAU awards, everything that you've done on the high school level. It doesn't matter on the collegiate level because everybody's good. Everyone's good. So what you should expect is greatness and hard work and effort from everybody on that level. Your talent is going to get you to that next tier.
All right, Mr. Meyer, we appreciate you guys coming out this morning, man.
All right, no problem.
All right.